Commissioning is really important because it firstly gives you a framework, it gives you a set of restrictions that you have to work within, which to me is really important creatively to spark ideas. It gives you a creative challenge. It's also important in obviously the sense of income, you know, sustaining your art form. I think some of the most rewarding commissioning experiences I've had have been two that have happened in the last few years that have come from people who have never commissioned before. And it's been their first foray into asking someone to write a piece of music. And I think what's exciting about that is they're not sure what to expect. And so the process is really interesting to them. And then for me, it's really a heartwarming thing because it shows that our industry isn't just this insular sort of self-congratulatory sort of hive of activity, that what we're doing reaches beyond other musicians. And I think sometimes that's the danger, is that, you know, it feels like sometimes you're writing for audience members who are just like you, highly trained, have come through, you know, that academic system. But really, for me, what's interesting is about my music getting to people who are, you know, are music lovers, but aren't necessarily new music lovers. Two recent commissions I've had that have come from people who haven't commissioned before have both come from through the organisation of Music of Viva, where they've either approached people who have been long-term supporters of their programs and said, look, you love music, have you ever thought about commissioning? And the first piece, which was a couple of years ago and was a local Brisbane couple, I believe they'd commissioned visual art before. They were very upset at what then were the recent cuts in funding, and they decided that they wanted to encourage other people to commission and support the arts. And so that was sort of the byline on their commission, was that it was for greater encouragement of support of the arts, which I think is a really generous thing. And it was a lovely experience for them by all reports, because they were able to not only hear the work, you know, in existence, but they could bring the ensemble to them. They had a private showing for their friends, which was a really lovely experience. The piece has been recorded and released with ABC Classics, and so they get the experience of hearing it on air, which is exciting, and their dedication is often read out because it's in the program note. And so that idea of them doing it to encourage greater support is really present all the time. You know, every time that's played, that's read, and I think that's an amazing gift.